Hey everyone, welcome back. You guys really wanted to get to the bottom of all this stuff going on with Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan in the Nigerian Senate. So we went and took a deep dive into all this commentary that's been popping up on, it's
Yeah.
formerly Twitter, of course.
All right. Right.
And, well, it seems like there's a whole lot of back and forth about whether this is just about, the rules of the Senate, how you're supposed to file a petition,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's something a little more, you know,
Political.
political. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, it is really fascinating how this commentary really brings those two things together.
Yeah.
The procedural stuff and then like the political fallout.
Definitely, yeah. So there are a few things that the commentary we read was pointing out about Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan, like how she refused to move to the seat that she was assigned in the Senate chamber, and then how she gave that petition to the media, the one where she's alleging sexual harassment,
Yeah.
instead of to the Senate itself. And then she also signed her own petition. So there's that whole thing as well. I mean, what is the deal with all of that?
Well, I think it might help if we just kind of take those one at a time.
Okay.
So first, there's the whole seat thing.
Yeah.
The Senate presidents, they actually have the power to, change around the seating chart. And it's actually in the rules that senators, they have to speak from whatever seat they've been assigned.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And that's all just about keeping things orderly in the Senate, making sure that everyone gets a chance to speak. And
Yeah.
and then there's the petition part of it all,
Right.
There's a very specific process that they're supposed to follow if they're going to submit something like that to the Senate. And going to the media first, well, that's not typical at all. And it really could be seen as, a way of trying to put public pressure on the Senate to act.
Interesting.
And then lastly, the whole thing with her signing her own petition. I mean, the rules are super clear on this one. Senators are not allowed to sign their own petitions, which actually means that technically speaking,
Uh-huh.
her petition wouldn't even count.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting. But this is the part that I think really kind of gets you thinking. The commentary mentioned that Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan couldn't get even one other senator to sign on to that petition, not even someone from her own party.
Yeah.
I mean, does that happen often?
Well, that's really the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a few reasons why, a senator might have a hard time getting those signatures on a petition. It might have to do with the political alliances in the Senate
Uh-huh.
or, what the actual allegations are, even maybe personal relationships between the senators.
Right.
It's really hard to say for sure without having, more information.
Yeah.
But the fact that no one signed it, not even someone from her own party, really does suggest that there's something more going on
Yeah.
behind the scenes. Like, could this be a sign that there are factions within the Senate or maybe even some unspoken agreement to not support a claim like this, because it's so sensitive?
Right. I mean, it's really interesting that she went to the media first. Do you think there's a particular reason why she did that? Or was she just, frustrated with how things work in the Senate?
Well, that's tough to say what was actually going on in her mind.
Yeah.
It could be a little of both, but it does make you wonder, how well does the Senate actually deal with these kinds of complaints internally?
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Right.
If the procedures are so straightforward, like why wouldn't she just follow them?
Exactly.
And then it makes you think, what does it say about the Senate as a whole? If a senator feels like they have no other choice but to go public with something so serious?
Those are such good questions. I mean, this whole thing might point to some deeper issues going on within the Nigerian Senate. Maybe when it comes to transparency and accountability, how easy is it really for senators to bring up their concerns, and especially something like this, through the proper channels?
That's true. Yeah. So it seems like we've got, a senator who may or may not have followed the rules properly, a petition with 0 other signatures on it, and just a ton of unanswered questions about why things played out the way they did. What does this tell us about, how the Nigerian Senate operates, and what are the potential consequences here for Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan?
Well, this situation really highlights how important it is to understand the rules and follow them, especially in a setting like politics, where the stakes are so high. Even if someone wasn't intentionally trying to break the rules, there can still be serious consequences.
Yeah.
As for Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan, this could definitely damage her standing in the Senate and make it much harder to get things done in the future.
That's a lot to think about. Sounds like we need to be careful about, making any judgments, because there can be so much more going on that we just don't know about.
Exactly. And you know what? the situation really offers a valuable lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
Understanding the rules and procedures, especially in these high-stakes environments like politics, is so important. It's not just about knowing what the rules are, but it's about understanding how they affect the dynamics of the whole system.
That's a great point, yeah. It seems like there's always more to the story, especially when it comes to politics.
Always.
So keep digging, everyone, and see what else you can find out there.
Good luck.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.